So let's just create a new empire. But yeah, we could go. That'd be fungoid, wouldn't it? If we were going mushroom, we could go vaguely fungoid. Let's not be the kind of space penises, or the freaky space penises. We've got space penises and syphilitic space penises. Let's not be them. Don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Is we could do anything. I've always found these ones with the fungus living on the kind of fox creature. It's always quite cool. I do quite like these things. I think they look pretty cool. Like the sort of... the whole... It's like they're wearing a little cloak of plant, but they're like in there. I quite like it. These ones are quite lovely. I mean, we could do something like this and just make them utterly murderous. Like rule the galaxy as these. But yeah, I guess it partly depends on what origin we go with. So we could go with a subservient species. I don't want to do something that requires blobbing. You know how much I loathe blobbing. So blobbing is definitely not happening. We could do subterranean. I mean, we are a fungus. So we start with the cave dweller trait. Mining districts are uncapped and add +2 housing in every 3 mining districts grants a building slot. Your species constructs cities underground, giving the following benefits. So slightly more expensive stuff. Less orbital bombardment damage. What is blobbing in this context? Just lots and lots and lots of planets. I just can't be arsed with it. Just turns into micro so quickly. I just get annoyed with it. Yeah, like you're following benefits, and then you just kind of like, actually, I need to scroll a bit more. So we could go subterranean. I've never actually done a subterranean one. So if we're going subterranean, we'd probably then want to think about stuff that builds around that. Yeah, we can personally be blobs. I just don't like becoming like a blob of... So blobbing is a reference obviously to like when you play a really expansionist game. So you're kind of trying to conquer everything, and I just can't be arsed with it. We could be like a super scientific, like keeps to ourselves isolationist species until we end up having to save the galaxy as per usual. So we could ostensibly try and go relatively tall. So, what we need? We'd need some traits, wouldn't we? So if we were going with subterranean, what traits would we go with? I mean, we could go... We could go like, because I think we can take budding, can't we? No, maybe like we don't go budding. We could go Tomb World start. Can we do a Tomb World start? No, we can't, can we? So it replaces 50% of base food upkeep with energy upkeep, and pops living on tomb worlds have no energy upkeep. We get tomb world bonus, but then we kind of want a tomb world start. And tomb world start is its own origin. So if we were doing that, we'd probably have to go with... which is a tomb world start? Is it post-apocalyptic? Baptized by nuclear fire, this civilization has faced total annihilation and survived. Devastated yet unbroken, they have rebuilt civilization from the ashes of their old world. I mean, we could go Tomb World start. I don't think I've ever done Tomb World start. It would be very mushroomy. We could go Tomb World. And then, in which case, I think we'd be kind of silly not to go with, That's interesting. We could go phototropic as well. Hang on, if we took phototropic and radiotropic, does that just basically mean we never have any food upkeep? Is it cumulative or does it multiply? Like, I feel we should go radiotrophic. Could go intelligent. I mean, instinctively, I think it would be instinctively, I think it would be 25% rather than 0%. Good evening, Commander Faceless. Maybe you can only be one or the other. Maybe they've locked that out. Yeah, they've been smart. I bet that was bugged at some point, and you could select both. Right. So if our little mushroom species here is starting on a, I feel like we probably want to give them a bonus to, energy credit production. Because we are going to be spending a ton of energy credits on upkeep. So we could make them ingenious. So they're not smart, but they're good at generating energy. And maybe what we do is we play it out, so we need to try and get an intelligent race to be all of our researchers. Is it going to be roleplay, or are you going to glass planets? Probably roleplay. Just chill with it. We could go... do we go slow breeders or non-adaptive? To counteract our -2 we've got going on here. Or maybe we're just like we're fleeting. I mean, we are baptized in nuclear fire, so we probably don't live that long. Repugnant? No, that amenities hit is so big, there's no way I'm doing that one. Fleeting and weak would be good. Good call. So we're good at creating energy because we're nuclear survivors, but we are fleeting and weak because obviously the nuclear radiation has an effect on us. Nah, honestly, the immunities from jobs thing for repugnant is a absolute freaking nightmare. Yeah, contrary to what superhero movies will have you believe, radioactivity is not going to make you strong. Hello, kitty. It's not dinner time yet. It's not dinner time. You can lurk behind me on the windowsill if you want, but I'm still not giving you dinner. We have a lurking kitty. You know, he's just making sure that I know he's there. The thing is, Bex is downstairs, so when it's dinner time, he'll be fed anyway. There you go. Hello. Right. So yeah, so I think we go with that. In terms of the type of planet we're on when we're not on a tomb world, then presumably we want something wet, don't we? Because we are... The thing that annoys me is you don't get to see which one of these is, and I can never remember which one of these is which. That's ocean, isn't it? That's continental. And that's tropical. I think. So that would be continental, the middle one. I mean, are we basically saying that this is Earth? I mean, we can't because Sol's in the game, but is this an Earth-like planet that's destroyed itself and the mushroom people have thrived in its aftermath? I mean, yeah, I kind of feel like tropical jungle is... It's going to be all moist and humid and very fungusy. I'm pretty certain that's tropical. We need a species name and a homeworld name. Ish. Ish is quite cool. We could be the Ish. Let's be the Ish. And then we can prefix everything with ish, or... No, the postfix on everything can be ish. We're going with ish. I like ish. Let's just hit this button a bunch of times. Let's go with our best music in the game. It'll be Ish Star, or Star-ish, yeah. Star-ish. Star-ish. Tari-ish? Yeah, should we go with Tari-ish? That's quite cool. We'll go random trinary. City appearance. What do we want to go with? Go mollusks. Plantoid. Is there a fungoid city type? There is, isn't there? It's that. We should go fungoid. Lithoid is pretty cool. Maybe we go lithoid. Lithoids are quite cool. Nah, we'll go fungoid. Let's stick to our roots. Traits. Or civics, rather. I mean, we could go Gaia Seeders. I think Memorialist is a good idea. I've never actually done a Memorialist run. Let's go Memorialist. Because it improves governing ethics attraction on Tomb Worlds and Relic Worlds. So Memorialists, I think, is a good shout. Well, we'll decide on ethics in a second. Go functional architecture, maybe? Are we master crafters? I mean, I think we are probably militarist. Because, let's be honest, it's me, so we're always some variant of militarist. I kind of feel like I am going to take... I know I always take it, but Distinguished Admiralty is so good. Well, I could pick that up later and we start with something different for a change. Don't think we'd be xenophobes. Catalytic processing we could do. So that basically, if I remember right, means that we're not using minerals to generate alloys, are we? We use food. We use agriculture. Which actually, given that we're not using as much food for maintenance, is not a bad idea. So yeah, comboed with radiotrophic, that's probably quite useful. We could go with that. Isn't it better to get your food that you need from starbases? I mean... yeah, I mean... but this way we could just double down on having really big foodie planets. You ran it recently, it was an interesting and positive experience. I think it's something a bit different to do. It'd mean we just need less worry. We worry less about minerals apart from for consumer goods then, really, isn't it? I mean, Fanatic Militarist probably isn't hugely useful to us. I think we probably want to go... I mean, we could go Fanatic Militarist. I mean, we'd be doing it for the research speed boost, not for the robot upkeep, because I don't think we'd be playing with robots, probably. Because we did robots last time. Oh, we could go authoritarian. Like go fanatic authoritarian. Because the resource output would be nice. Can't remember if that unlocks any interesting extra things. I don't think it does. And we could go Imperial for a change. We are basically kind of Imperial fungal things. Which would kind of make sense if you think about it. Like we've got like essentially ancestor reverence because we've got memorialists. Yeah, stratified eco is quite nice. The alternative is we go something like fanatic materialist and just go like I mean psionic fungus is fun. I just quite like the idea that we turtle slightly and then when the galaxy needs us we're there, and the galaxy will inevitably need us at some point. We are essentially a fungal empire. Like a fungal star empire. Right, voice.
Hyperdrive primed, all systems ready. Now, let's see what's out there.
Yeah, like we're massively cavalier about using atomic weapons because we're like, 2 worlds, fine.
Thinking machines are an affront to nature. These profane constructs must never be allowed to... Oh, wait.
Let's go spiritualist.
We are one.
I serve the faithful. There is no greater calling.
We're slightly mental fungal star empire. I mean, we are the ish. We just are. There's an element of sort of Douglas Adams's cricket about this, I think. Like, at some point we will probably decide to rule the galaxy. Just not yet. Hey, Belgian Cat. Yeah, we're just mucking around. It's pre-PDXCon, so... What logo do we want? Probably want to go Imperial, don't we? Like, we could go like black and be entirely not at all ominous. Well, that's Imperial, isn't it? So it should probably be that. Maybe we should be like that. Kinda matches our species colour robe thing going on there. Or we could go domination. Like, not at all ominous. Ship designs. What ships are we going for? I mean, these are the fungoid ones. Which admittedly are quite cool. And I don't use them enough, to be fair. They are very oozy. And the Titan looks like some kind of frickin' space killer whale. I love it. They're very hello, we blob, you blob too. Yeah. Let's go fungoid. If we're going fungoid, do we maybe want to change that one of those colours? Because it takes the secondary colour as its accent colour, doesn't it? So it's that sort of muted purpley blue for us at the moment. It's probably fine actually, isn't it? They look suitably ominous, which is what we're after. No, I know you've learnt that standing in front of my keyboard gets you attention, but... Go pester Bex. She's downstairs. Yeah, I mean, if we went with a different... So I think it's on the flag. It takes whatever is your primary colour. So if we went with something like that, and then changed our secondary colour to something like that, we're going to have a horrible map colour. But what does it do for our ships? I think I like the darker colour. It's more ominous. That's quite cool. I think we go with that. And then maybe if we darken the secondary up. Go like that. Go pure black. That is, yeah, you're right. That is kind of formed in the nuclear fire. Yeah, I think the greys aren't... I think we go black, though. Right, ruler. Ruler is female. Empress and Crown Princess. I think we go with the original one. Room, I feel, is going to be something like that. Bleak grey for the world, vibrant pink for our survivors' hearts. Yeah. You want to go with Empress? What are other cool terms that we could use for imperial power? Great Spore and Little Port Spore. I like that. Let's go with that. So we're going with Great Spore and Little Spore. Our species is the ish, the plural is ish, and the adjective is ish. And our biography is ish. And we're an entirely female species. Yeah, why not? Now, which fungoid name set do we want? I think we go with this one because it's the most fun. Gegis, Liorm, Gloomy, Blarp, Glumpus, Blort, Wook, Glarp, Oomp, Dogbore. So we've got our traits. We're a tomb world, but we're tropical. We've got fungoid cities. We're post-apocalyptic. We've got our ethics. Got our advisor of voice. Got our empire name. Our flag. Ship appearance. Our ruler needs a name. If anyone wants to cash in a naming choice for our first emperor, now is your chance to do it. Otherwise we're going with a random. Otherwise it's a Great Spore Glarp here. I go on and rope trick, give me a suitably ish-ish name. Shroom. Yeah, we can go with that. And tonight's tea, by the way, is Lift Me Up Angel, which is an uplifting blend of yerba mate and a bunch of other stuff. It's really tasty. So I'm just finishing off a nice cold glass of that, cold brewed. And then I'm going to switch to the red wine. I have a red wine ready because it is a bank holiday. I do need to pack tomorrow and get a haircut though, and then I'm off to Stockholm on Wednesday for PDXCon. So we've got Shroom. Why is it a bank holiday? It just is. Bank holiday is kind of just the British thing for national holidays. They're called bank holidays, presumably because they used to be the days on which the banks also closed. So a lot of them started out as Saints' Days, but we don't really remember the saints anymore, so they're just generically known as bank holidays. I think we're ready to go, aren't we? Don't know which one this is. This is the summer one. All I know is it's the one that's always on or around my birthday. We have the ish. Okay. It's a chill game, so we'll leave it on Commodore. What time is it here right now? It is 6 o'clock right now, this moment here. Xeno compatibility is off. Guaranteed habitable worlds is 2. Have we reduced planet density? I normally try to. Let's not have quite so many primitive worlds. Habitable worlds is at 0.5. So yeah, so 8 PM would be 2 hours from now. Yeah, there you go. It's known as the August bank holiday. It's a day off. Who cares? 2 advanced AI types. Crisis type is random. Yeah, let's go with that. I think what are our restart conditions for this? If it's a particularly shitty start that looks like it's going to take ages and not be fun, or if we get the precursor, what precursors would we restart on? Gaia World 1. What's the Gaia World 1? The Gruner. We'd restart if we get the Gruner, because we don't want Gaia Worlds. Yeah, that's the one, the Bale Gruner one. I think anything else would kind of roleplay fine with us. I think. In the eons since the first primitive Ish communities took shape in the dense jungles of Ish, our civilization has spread and prospered. But Ish society was not always united towards a common goal. In centuries past, mounting tensions between competing nations came to an apocalyptic head in a global thermonuclear war that claimed the lives of billions and forever marred the surface of Ish. In the decades to follow, surviving Ish faced radiological contamination, mutations, famine, and violent tribalism. It was in this grim crucible that the Ish were truly forged, and with it a new world order. Now, after the discovery of the hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Ish have finally finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Where we are at in the galaxy. That's not bad. So we've got a 15 tropical, there's a savanna there which may be useful later on. We can terraform that. First techs, we definitely want capacity grids as soon as we can. And let's take afterburners just so we've got them. Now, not the greatest combo for us, if we're honest. If we're honest, that's not the greatest combo, but we can make it work. Lots of shit going on there. Kind of assume that probably doesn't go. I think that's where we're most likely to bump into someone. So let's get the ISS Globulator popping up there. So you can start exploring up there. Get us out another starship, another science ship. That's everything for now. Let's go fastest, because we kind of want to get to revealing our precursor as soon as possible. Little Splore Glorp is the new heir to our empire and will take the throne when our current ruler dies. Good to know. Right, Aglater. We are going to need another scientist. Ooh, we have a cheap scientist. That's useful. How close? 75. Get you on board the ship. Oh, slice 24 tropical. Nice. Right, that is a definite choke point that we want to be pushing for quickly. So let's just get surveying. All hail our future leader, Little Spore Glorp. So you can get surveying, because I think we want to push for there as quick as possible. We'll probably bump into someone up there. We might then bump into someone down here. You look at the structure of that. That's going to be a cluster. That's another cluster. Wonder where this connects into. I mean, that could come back up. More likely that kind of comes over that way. So I suspect we want to push for that system there. Right, how are we doing on stuff? Let's see if we can bump into someone. Oh no, the colony names are definitely ending in ish. Definitely ending in ish. So start thinking, remembering that we tend to specialise our worlds, start thinking about the names of some of our specialist worlds. Let's get another science ship going. 310. Yeah, there's going to be some species around here. Probably over here. We definitely want to push for there, because that gives us actually quite a nice amount of planets.
System survey complete.
Ooh, that's a nice little planet to start with. Survey that. Right, remembering we need food, don't we? Because I need to remember that we're catalytically converting whatever it is, rather than anything else. So we have a less of a mineral requirement than we would normally. Glorpish in honour of Little Sport. That should be something we do, shouldn't it? Is every Emperor... Yeah, so if we found a new planet and we don't have a planet named after the existing Emperor, we have to name it after the existing Emperor. So basically, energy and ag are our two big things we need to push on. We're probably going to want to turn this into an energy planet, but let's get some holo theatres down first. Can we get another leader yet? We can. Not great choices, but it'll do. Survey that. Survey that. And let's get Gleg Luxor here. Get some star bases down. Abandoned gateway there. There's definitely going to be someone around here. So we definitely need one for the Great Spore, and presuming the Little Spore does inevitably inherit, we will need one for that. There we go, called it. What we got going on around here. So let's get that. Duke, go do your thing. Yeah, that's definitely a spacefaring species. Alpine world types. They'll be in this cluster somewhere. So pushing to there would be ideal, because it would block them off from going that way, but actually at the very least we want to get that. Right, let's pull you back from there. And send you down to there first. Because we don't want to... Technically we don't want to bump into more than we can research, and I want to see what's up this way. Right, that's decent enough for agriculture, so we can get some agri down on that. That'll be an agri world. I think that means that this is probably going to need to go energy. Oh, we got the Cybrex. Nice, that'll do us nicely. Can't go wrong with the Cybrex.
Situation log updated.
Leave B for now. Damn, that's some good mineral production. Size 11 arid, not that great for us. Could always put a pet species on there. Right, science ship. Go start surveying that. Science ship down here. Head up there. Let's see if we can bump into whoever's up this way. Constructor. Exotic gases. Nice. Starbase down. So this is my new tactic for this. So I've started doing this a fair bit, which is regardless of what I want to pick, I pick supremacy first as my very first pick. Because of that, the moment you pick it, you get 20 naval capacity, which in the early game is ridiculously useful. So even though I'm not, unless we bumped into some fanatic and this is the double benefit, is if it turns out our neighbours are fanatic purifiers or something, well, we're already on supremacy now, so we're fine. We can just keep pushing down that. If we're not, well, all we've lost is that very first pick, which is a low unity pick anyway, which means that actually what we now have is we now have the equivalent naval capacity of a full starbase, a full early game starbase, which we've not had to pay any alloys to get. So now I will probably switch to Discovery unless we hit any other things. But just for the sake of one pick, it seems to actually yield quite a significant benefit, regardless of what you do as your second pick. So I'd be interested in the thoughts from those of you who play regularly in chat on that as a technique. But I've started doing it a lot lately, and it's not inconvenienced me, and a couple of times it's very much saved my arse. It's just such it's an instant doubling of your naval capacity. It's a full starbase equivalent in the early game. Right, we're going to send him back to just do a little bit of digging down here so we can see what's going on down here. We could probably do relatively early getting that surveyed.
Complete.
Good evening, Minpin Kitty. Welcome to the Star Empire of the Ish, our fungoid people. Look at us, little fungoid things. Holy shit, 3 planets. None of them usable now, but they will be with terraforming. Oh, we are well set up to turtle. We could arguably just stay in this tiny little cluster and do well. Size 13 Alpine. Explore around there.
Construction complete.
Get down there.
Anomaly found.
How far off are you in that? +3. I mean, build the mining stations. Let's get them down. Right, let's just do a quick check of what we're doing here. So that's size 13 Alpine. I'd like you to just dive around here a bit. Let's see if it's worth getting down here. We're on 0.5% planet frequency, so that is a lot of planets to have in our cluster. Remembering we're going to get a ring world as well. Like, we could relatively well just sit around here. If we're treating anything over a size 14 as a useful planet, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we make it to there, which we should, that's not useful. 7. We've got 7 useful planets just by getting to there. Seven useful planets and potentially easy choke points. There was a gateway around here, and I can't remember where it was, but it was around here somewhere. Should we get another constructor out? I'm probably going to need one. Ish. So what do we want to... We definitely with Ish... Ish is going to be... It's going to need to be energy early on. I mean, that's a size 24. We are going to max it out on food districts, I suspect. But then we will build it out to industrial districts as well. Maybe we don't... I feel like we should get some alloy foundries down on that, if nothing else. Yeah, I just feel more than ever that first pick, because if you look at what the other first picks are, Can we see the other first picks now? I don't think we can we? We'll have a look next time we do that. But I think that is the first pick that delivers easily the biggest value as a first pick. Turtling with this set of civics also doesn't hurt as much since you can pipe more food than minerals with space limitation. Yeah, I mean, as who was it saying earlier? Was it? I forget. Let me scroll up. Who was saying it earlier? Setos. As Setos was saying earlier, the other thing is we've got space stations. So if we went big on space stations with hydroponics, well, that's a source of stuff for alloys as well. Right, so that's exploring around there. They're doing their thing. I think we hold off on a fourth science ship at the moment. I'm not convinced we need one. Right, go have a look round there and let's see where we bump into someone round here. I think you can keep surveying that way. If we can get Allard and Obrium. See, it's right, so let's have a look at what the other ones are. So pop house usage minus 10% is your first one on adaptability. Early game, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Diplomatic grants edict and diplomatic influence cost reduced by 50%. Doesn't matter in the early game. Discovery gives you anomaly research speed. It's useful, but are you doing that a lot as your very first thing? Clear Bocker class, minus 33. Again, early game, you're not really doing that much of it. Colony development speed. Expansion is maybe the one that, if you, like, arguably we could go for expansion because we do have a lot of planets we need to get down. But for a lot of those, we're not going to do it until we got terraforming anyway, so... Pop food upkeep, pop mineral upkeep. Again... Trade protection and collection. Mining station output. Prosperity maybe has another decent early game boost. I think probably unyielding is the other one that arguably has the biggest impact early game. Probably. Because that boost in starbase capacity is really useful. Code breaking is fun, but meh. I'd say unyielding. But I don't think any of them are as good as that first and early game boost you get from supremacy. Like now I'm going to go discovery because we want all the standard things. Because survey speed is really only fucking useful if you get it at this point. Let's be honest. But that's definitely my new tactic: is supremacy first, because if you bump into a bunch of fanatics, it means you've already picked it and you can very quickly push on this. Or even actually, arguably, at that point you wouldn't pick it; you'd go straight to unyielding. And at least you've now got the naval capacity to build up a fleet to support your starbases. But I think for us, we're safe on Discovery at the moment. We're a 2 mod and adaptability is a nice second pick. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what else would have had adaptability given us? These guys are receptive. So they're not gonna come for us. I can see adaptability being useful, but I can see expansion being useful. Yeah, but if we're going to terraform all those planets, it's less useful. And my general strat is to terraform everything. Because otherwise you're just dealing with horrible bonuses all the time. And you're fighting the bonuses in the early game, and you're better off just going tall. Well, I mean, that's my opinion. It's not the rules, obviously. Oh, okay, who did we get? Could be anyone. It's not the spiritualist people. But it's a nice one because it's only a one of them, so it's a quick research. So that could be nice to expand into if we can lock that out. I suspected that's... Alright, hang on. Okay, we've got a... So down here we've got some kind of Federation and or Holy Empire people. So I suspect after pushing for Allard, we want to get down to Nolion relatively quickly, and ideally Pell if we make it to Pell. But we probably won't.
Construction complete.
And you might as well build the mining stations there while you're waiting for all of this. Yeah, they're already surveying Pell, so I suspect we won't get to Pell. But let's just double check that there's not anything interesting down here in the short term. Yeah, that's 3 new species, which normally means it's a hegemony. It's either a hegemony or it's
Anomaly found.
okay, there's a wormhole down there. And a tundra, size 25 tundra, which would be nice, but I doubt we'll get to that. Not in the early game, anyway. Size 12 continental. If we can get to there, I think we get all of this arm to ourselves.
System survey complete.
So
Construction
actually,
complete.
I think we go up and across one. And then we get down to there. We haven't bumped into anyone up here, but I assume there must be someone here coming down and round. But if we can block off this whole arm, that's really useful to us.
An alien empire now speaks to us.
Yay, a
in the language
megacorp.
of
That's
the
nice
divine.
for us. The sooner we can get them on our planets, that's really useful for us. Right, we might as well start pushing on these, but they'll probably beat us to it now, because they did get the head start. Yeah, we could just go with a big Corvette fleet out early. Right, I think the important thing early on is... Yes, nice. Hello, lads. Give me some favours. Give me 6 favours, please. I'll give you a ton of energy for them. Cheap at the price. Give me a non-ag. Fuck! Oh, Relic World! We need that Relic World. We need that Relic World, chat. We get bonuses on Relic Worlds. Okay, we watch their borders. So I think what we're going to need to do... There's not a lot of benefit in the short term to us in grabbing any of these 3 systems. Is that a precursor event? It's an ancient Hulk. I think we potentially accept that they may get these systems. And what we really want to lock in is that, and start getting stuff down here. I think we probably do want to get another science ship out now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is gettable. Depends on how they expand around here. Depends on how they expand around here and how quickly we can survey to it. Right, survey that. Because we have got a constructor down here. Speaking of tech, have we unlocked... We haven't got global energy management yet. We do want global energy management. And we should... What we actually want to do is 500 of them. Right, this needs to be named after our emperor. What's our emperor name? Shroom. So this would be room-ish? Or do we put an extra bit in? Or would it be spore room-ish? Because it's named after our great spore. Just roomish? We'll just go with roomish then. That seems to be the chat consensus. I mean, that's based on surveying them, isn't it? So we'll actually do that pretty quick.
Updated.
Especially as we've got them down there as well, I think it's just worthwhile picking that up. I don't want to lose this cluster, that's the only thing, so we are going to send a science ship up here just to bump into whoever's up here. Astrikion and Kaisel are the two ones we need to grab. Right, survey speed increase now is very useful. And I shouldn't have done that because now we don't have a scientist on this ship. But actually, let's take the scientist off of there briefly. So that is Oddjort. Oddjort, can you take over here, please? Thanks to the instant travelling across the galaxy-ness. And get survey. Oh, they're finally starting to sort out CK3 on a Mac, are they? Good.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Leave B for now. New research. Give me... Ooh, I mean, hydroponics is going to be very useful for us, but... Pop growth early on is pop growth.
Anomaly found. Construction complete. An alien empire now speaks to us in
That's
the
the
language
rig and
of the
commerce.
divine.
It's not the greatest for us, but these are all going to trigger at the same time, so I don't think it's worth me actually looking into one of the other species. Right, you don't have a leader, so we can't send you out yet. Oh no, we can. We've got enough unity now. Let's get you. Go over there. Get up to there. And let's see if there's anything else interesting around here. You are going to need to go there. And we do have some alloys. Don't think it's worth building corvettes yet. So you're surveying up there. You've done that. Get down on that. 6 to go. I mean, we've actually got enough influence to get down there. Depends on whether we can beat them or not. Because they're surveying there already. Half tempted to send that down there to speed it up. No, should be alright. Updated-ish, indeed. Oh, Ish Room has architectural sense. Good for you.
Anomaly found.
That's a precursor one, so I'm actually going to say go for it.
Anomaly found.
I'll leave that on B for now.
System survey complete.
Starbase.
System survey complete.
Actually go. Let's see if they've
Spreading
nabbed that
our
already.
faith to a new world.
The first Ish colony is down.
Incoming transmission.
Thank you very much for guaranteeing our independence.
Construction complete.
Actually, you need to be surveying that, don't you? Yeah, they're already there. We might not... We can jump. We can jump. This will be close,
Incoming transmission.
but we might get it. Yeah, we're not going to get the first contact with them. They just jumped out, so it's we're probably just going to miss out, which is annoying, but we'll see. Let's take research station output. That's probably a constructor.
Construction complete.
We'll see. We will see. Right, you need to go up here because I need to know where people are up here. I think we're going to get that. I think that was their constructor just jumping in.
The spirits have granted us new
No, that was a
wisdom.
survey ship. Let's take Ceramo armor, because we are going to want to Corvette up after this. They are slowly creeping that way. I mean, essentially, Nolion becomes a blocker system. Because we know we can't get Pell.
Construction complete.
There's actually 0 point you surveying that. Go survey that, because if we can get it, we will. There is decaying machinery covering Sinistra 4, originally constructed a staggering 70,000 years ago. The fate of the alien engineers who built it is unclear, as they no longer inhabit the planet. Their machinery spanned the majority of the surface of the planet, crisscrossing mountains and oceans alike, and even extends far below this planet's surface in a vast network of underground facilities. It has been constructed using identical materials and serial codes, suggesting a single institution created the entire network. From the long overgrown agricultural sectors to the collapsed energy generation and transformation systems and extensive communications arrays, all of the industrial and entertainment needs of this planet's lost inhabitants were met by this one super machine. Remarkably, some of those mechanical sectors are still functional, sending and receiving local signals, lighting up long-rotted ghost towns and watering great swathes of what must have once been industrial land. Deep scans of the planet's crust suggest the sprawling machine's control center is located underground. We will have to excavate if we wish to reach it. As for the strange organic tissue covering most of the planet's spanning machinery, our science team thus far remains baffled by its nature and purpose. Yeah, I mean, we're mushrooms. We'd be like, oh yeah, baby, long rotted ghost towns. Right. What are we looking at? Oh man, they already beat us to that one. They've closed their borders to us. Okay, so that's just your common or garden hegemony. Right, Nolion needs to get hench. There's a kind of mushroom in the real world called the Earth Star, so I'd like to name something Geistrum, after the genus those mushrooms belong to. Yeah, that's cool. Have a think about what you want to name that. Kinda thinking we might want to get ourselves a short term, at the very least. Let's get a comms pact. Right, this is going to basically come down to whether we finish this survey in time. And I think we should.
System survey complete.
Right, we've locked that in. So we can survey up there now. Death Cap is definitely a Colossus name, yeah, probably. We do probably need to start pushing in this direction now. Right, how much to get a defensive pact? Because it would probably be quite useful. Yeah, we can do that. Give us another 7 favours. And give us a defensive pact.
Construction complete.
Now, do we need a non-aggression with any of these? Don't think we really do. It'd be nice to get one with these. They're suspicious of us. Let's do some improving relations. You might as well build the mining stations down there. Ish, have we? Yes, we have. So, on Ish, we can slam down a... Where is it? Did we not... Oh, we got 19 months left on global energy management. Fair enough.
Incoming transmission.
I think we will hold off on that for now. Don't eat too much into our influence generation. Someone's got to be up here somewhere. Where are you at, aliens? Right, that science ship's come back, so get over there and just finish surveying that system so we can push that way and grab that.
Construction complete.
This is a border outpost. Now we could actually just start colonizing this. Ooh, look at that. Lovely stuff. So this is going to be a massive energy world. So if we wanted, we could go with our... If you want Zonahedron, we could go with your Geistrom-ish. But maybe we save that for something else. I mean, we do have our Little Spore, and we do need to name something off our Little Spore, so let's go with Glorfish. Now, if you want it Geistrom-ish, we'll go Geistrom-ish. It's not like we're going to be short on that. I feel like we shouldn't name planets after our Little Spores until our Little Spores are in charge, just in case our Little Spores die. Geistrom-ish. So we've kind of locked in the south there. We will grab that just because I hate Bordegal. And we've got enough influence to
The faithful have claimed a new world.
deal with it. Roomish has been founded. So Roomish, we definitely need to go food on it. But I think what we're actually going to do first is give me some civilian industries, give me a couple of them, give me a district. There go our factions, which I'm terrible at actually doing anything with. If we can lock out Obrium, we will, but
System survey complete.
Not that fussed about it. Right, survey's complete there, so let's see what he does. He should jump that way. Yes, he did. If he jumped towards us, we'd have had to quickly close our borders. Hello, that'll be someone up here. And we don't need you with the Duke. You can come back from the Undari Corporate Alliance now and go research them. That's not Starbase. They haven't reached there yet. So that means should be able to push to at least Kaisel and get that bit locked in. Let's just make sure there's nothing interesting hanging around there and there. No, go there. And then go there. Thank you.
System survey complete.
So as soon as that's finished building that mining station, we're just going to grab that to stop border gore.
Construction
And then we are going to head this way. Science ships, not doing a lot. You probably can start surveying there. There's actually an extra system there that I hadn't spotted. Because that's where another one of our tropical worlds are. So let's see whether we can get our next tropical world down. You... 1 month on energy. Keep building some energy buildings. And create one-ish pop when you're done with that. And just give us some more districts.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
So that is really useful. I think we take research plead plus 5%, because again it's a stacked bonus. The earlier you get it, the more of a difference it's going to make. You're off to build a starbase there. You have finished surveying that, so you can go down there, and that means you can start building a starbase there. So the good news is, in the bank we've got enough for 2 more starbases. So that means we're either getting Allard and Obrium in an ideal world, or we're getting Allard and Birkenmar, which is less ideal, but just stops us getting border gore. Although frankly, I'd almost be tempted to, if they make it to Obrium before we make it to Obrium. Yeah. I'd almost be tempted to go back the other way.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Ooh, we got some Zero down there. I would absolutely love to get telepathic funguses. If we can be the kind of scary telepathic funguses, we absolutely should be. Trappist is a real star system in our galaxy with 7 planets around it. We're in this game. Sol is a real planet in this game with humans on it. Have you not been watching the PDX Grand Campaigns? So if you go up on the PDX channel, you'll find the most recent Grand Campaign. Okay, nothing majorly interesting around here. Go sort that out. Which is where they start in CK3 and go through EU4, then through Hearts of Iron, and then up into Stellaris. Really good fun. They look like fun aliens. Right, you can just carry on building mining stations now, I think.
System survey complete.
Right, I think we're going to beat them to Obram. They're building in Eshmik. I think we'll be alright.
System survey complete.
Okay, how good is this planet? Bit meh. But we could use it for civic stuff.
Incoming transmission.
And it's better than not building another planet.
Construction complete.
That's where the gateway is. I knew there was a gateway around somewhere. 14 orders, that's not good news. They might beat us to that, because I think they've already surveyed it.
We are spreading
We
our
do
faith
need
to a new world.
some new consumer goods.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Pop growth boosted. Now, normally I'd go buy a diversity, but I think actually we want the edicts fund sooner rather than later. And on Ish, we want to get down our energy credits. And on Roomish, we're building a city district and then we can do more things. Gene clinics are nice. I do agree gene clinics are nice. I think they're going to beat us to Obram. Which will be mildly annoying but not the end of the world. You might as well build mining. Actually, jump there just in case. Because they'll want to go for it because it's a system that opens stuff up. Signs of precursor, so research that. Good evening, bringing the revolution. Right, what are you up to? You are up to precisely fuck all at the moment, so... Signs of an ancient Hulk might be a good one to do. Those are being researched. Go research that anomaly.
Construction complete.
I think we'll flip you to just automated construction. So that one's going to now roll around just building stations on things. Because I don't think we really need them down there. But I tell you what, go do them first. Just because I'm a completionist. I do suspect we will at least take some of these systems off of this species around here. Right, we should probably consider building some corvettes. Ooh. Our collective efforts to decipher the signals picked up from the Sigma aliens have paid off. We're finding that they're the Otaga Hive. Oh, they're blatantly going to be evil, aren't they?
An alien empire now speaks to us in the language
Oh, they're only a hive
of the
mind. We might be
divine.
alright. We might be alright. Right, where you at? Yeah, we can deal with that. Would you like some stuff? How about food? Yeah, you're alright on food. Let's give you 2,000 food. Sort of giant spidery well, they're fungoid like us. Oh, look, they're smart fungoid people. Oh, it's a shame they're hive-minded. If they weren't hive-minded, we could have made them our scientists. Right, you're now minus 15 on a non-aggression pact, so that will drift to a point where we can get that. So let's just assign someone to you rather than doing favour trading. Yeah, they're giant murder spiders, but fungoid murder spiders. Yeah, there's no way that ship doesn't beat us to that. No, 3. I don't know. I'd like to get it. I'm just not convinced we will.
Situation log updated.
Right, that got us a Cybrex listening post. It'll be... Nope, there you go. There's the... I was going to say it'll be close. We're just going to miss out on it. That's a shame.
System survey complete.
Or maybe not. No, we are. No, we just missed out on it. Oh, that's annoying. Because I don't think that's our station. Because I don't think that's what ours look like. That's theirs. Evening, Spartacus Milk. Oh, Spartacus Mills, sorry. Can you do xenocompatibility with the hive mind species? No. Well, and also we've turned it off anyway. Right, that's mildly annoying. We did just miss out on that, I think. Because I don't think that's what our stations look like. No, ours are like the kind of little rock things. So I think he's just going to beat us.
Transmission.
It'll get to like 90% and we'll miss out.
Construction.
Oh, we got it! We beat him! That must have been so close. That must have been so close. You don't think it can start building if someone else has already started building? Only if they changed it. You used to be able to start building it. But it is possible they did fix that at some point. Right, if we can get Siu, we will get Siu. But if we can't, we can't. Right, critical paths. Push that way. Because if we can get to Vitarka, we lock in all of that. If we don't, Kaisel becomes our border station. Now, it slightly depends on...
Construction complete.
So they're cordial and drifting up. I think we probably want to go non-ag with them before they rival us or something. Give me 4 favours. I will give you 2 favours. And you can have... We're generating quite well on energy credits. 1,000 energy credits. Grand staff. If I can hold off building corvettes and just go straight to destroyers, I will. If I can. So remembering that we have a defensive pact with these people, it's only this lot we don't have a defense and a... If we could get association status, that would actually sort us in the early game. And if we could get association status there, we absolutely do not need to build fleets until we want to really build fleets. Who's in charge of that hegemony? Who's the hegemon? I presume it's the Quivab, because they're the imperialists. And normally the one who controls it starts off as the imperialists. I mean, not being funny, we are going to munch on this little hegemony at some point. I don't think we're that far off getting association status. Like, if we dumped a bunch of stuff on them so they went from suspicious to cordial. I don't know, chat, what do you think? They're the only people right now who can declare war on us. If we could get association status, they won't. At least not without warning. And we'd have lots of alloys in the bank, and we'd just rapidly build our fleets up to deal with it. Sounds like a fun archaeology one. So I guess the question for you, chat, is it worth us dumping a shit ton of resources on that to... on them to make them like us so they'll give us association status? Which would mean we could very much focus in the short term
Situation log updated.
on just turtling and growing. Like, we could legitimately not build any ships for a long time. Basically until we were forced to by
Special project complete.
the galaxy. Science Officer Oddjort's thorough xeno-historical analysis of the military installation on Tadasca 4A has yielded few tangible results. The base was constructed before the planet turned completely barren, but it is unclear if it's currently inhospitality. I think they probably were going for inhospitability there, weren't they? Is a result of armed conflict at some more peaceful or even natural process. What can be deduced of their strategies and tactics in armed conflict does not seem to have been far in advance of our own. On the upside, Science Officer Oddjort claims to have drawn much inspiration from the alien remnants. Yeah, well, not the greatest thing you can get, Oddjort, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, I'm...
Incoming transmission.
Because we could dump a shit ton of energy on them. If I gave them some energy, how much are they going to like me? How much is it going to take me to get 100? Yeah, fuck it. Right, now they're only wary of us, which pushes them to minus 39, which we could do with favours. We'd need 9 favours. Really want to give them alloys. Take food.
The faithful have claimed a new world. System survey complete.
Give it a go. Emperor Mig. There we go, we got it. Jay Darlington, thanks for the raid. Welcome. How was your CK3 game going? I did pop in briefly and you were trying to essentially be nice, which is the absolute antithesis of how I play CK3. I was like, that's a novel concept. Seems a good way of getting murdered in an unforgiving world. Right, good news is our fungoid empire has now got essentially peace treaties with everyone around us. So, we don't actually need to build any freaking ships until someone breaks one of those treaties. And if you lock that in...
Incoming
If you've only been murdered once, you're doing very well. No, I'm not being someone's subject. we can get all the way... I'd really like to get to Vritaka. Like, CU stops these guys expanding out that way. I mean, it's possible this links up, but I don't think it does. And we don't really want to spread much further than that anyway at the moment, because we are sort of turtling.
Survey complete.
We probably should just push out to see what's going on around here. So we might need to build a big star... Well, actually, we know we're going to need... Obrium is going to need to be a starbase. It's got a gateway in it. Right, that gets built up. Lady Felicity!
Construction complete.
Excellent use of emotes. Thank you very much. That's a lovely emote. Wave your cat emotes at Lady Felicity if you've got cat emotes. Share the pet love. Right, I don't think they connect through there. So none of these people can attack us. Our fungoid friends in the north can't attack us either. Our hive mind fungoid friends. Histofacts. Ooh, histofacts. I haven't prepared any histofacts, which is unusual for me. I'm trying to think of a good, off the top of my head, histofact. Ooh, what can we go with? Pick a thing, chat. Do you want transport, warfare, politics? And I'll give you a histofact in one of those areas. Space isn't really a histofact. Oh, no, space could work. Space, give you a good space one. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably noticed already. Britain is the only country in the world, literally the only country in the world, to have independently achieved spaceflight and then abandoned it. And it did it on the same day. Because we independently achieved spaceflight by launching Black Arrow. And then the Treasury had already cancelled the entire rocketry program because they didn't think it was good value for money. Thing was, it was all based on high test peroxide rocketry, which is what the V2s were made to use and everything else. And which is what really most modern rocketry is now powered by. We're going to have to reach there because there's an archaeology site. So what we in essence did was ceded all of our massive advantages in commercial rocketry to first the French and then to the US private sector, because that's the kind of shit that Britain does. I think the launch today was actually cancelled. I can't remember whether it was atmospherics or pre-flight stuff, but I think they delayed it. But yeah, so we are the only nation to have independently achieved commercially viable spaceflight, and we did it in 1974, I think? And then literally abandoned it. Because the Treasury didn't like it. We were launching rockets out of Woomera in Australia. Right, what are we doing on Geistrom? We haven't been building stuff on Geistrom. This is definitely going to be commercial. And I think we probably want to get some civvy industries down. So our rocket was...
survey complete.
So Black Arrow was the program we launched. We actually launched into orbit a satellite. What's going on over there? Let's find out what's going on over there. A satellite called Prospero, a little comms satellite called Prospero, which is still up in space, happily beeping away at us, and we can't answer it anymore because we've lost all the codes. Someone actually managed to find the codes a few years back and try and work out how to chat with it again, but it's just couldn't get through because space is all clogged up there now. The same frequencies are clogged. So basically Prospero is still orbiting up there after 50 years, and she's just kind of beeping down at us saying, can someone, you know, someone say hello back please? And we stopped being able to answer her in the 90s. So she's all lonely up there, just beeping away, and thinks we've forgotten her. Which is a bit sad, if you ask me. Right, science vessels. You are over there in Trappist. Just keep surveying around here, I think. You were evading. So what was going on down here? Some interesting shit is going on down here. Interesting shit indeed. I mean, there's 3 archaeology sites. I kind of don't want to miss out on those, but at the same time, we do need to lock in our borders up here. Maybe we bring the other constructor up.
Construction.
Let's bring you up to here. If we can get it, we will, but we do really need to start locking this in. The Holy Lycian Empire, a feudal empire. Our warriors salute you. That'll be who is over here then. Right, we've got an empire on that border. Real life Wally, yeah, exactly. Isn't building zones on planet a waste early on since you don't have the pops to fill them? Yeah, kind of, but at the same time it also means I don't forget to build them once it's actually useful. I'm not short the minerals, and I'm making good energy, so I might as well dump them down now, and at least then I know what cost they're costing me. It's factored in then. So what I tend to do when I colonize a planet is I'll know what I want to specialize the planet as. So in this case, generator district. So I'm going to slap 2 generator districts down. Civilian industry is there because I know I'm going to want it there. Then I'm going to slap 1 district down so that opens up a slot, and I'll put some holo theatres there. And then from that point, there's not much point doing it. And good God, why have you specialised in that? One day they will fix that. Today is not that day. Right, survey there. So Obrium is a border station as well, so you can get some stuff going down.
System survey complete.
If we can push to there, we will push to there. Right, that means we've got all of those. I think we do go tech ascendancy. So this is going to be our little corner of the galaxy. I'm happy with that corner of the galaxy. I think that's nice and fine.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Let's take
complete.
The research stuff. We need to get some more research going on.
An alien empire now speaks to us in the language of the divine. Incoming transmission.
No, I don't want to be your vassal. We might get that, you know. They might beat us to Hauer, which is fine. If we do this, we've locked in a lot of really good research stations. Where's that?
Situation log updated.
Research that. Science ship. You've got that. Go research anomalies there for me. You can just keep surveying.
Incoming transmission.
We really need to start getting some more planets down as well. The other reason we need to boost our science is we need terraforming. Right, unless they jump, we should get that.
Complete.
It's not impossible that they jump.
Spirits have granted us new wisdom.
But if they don't jump, we're going to get that.
Special project complete.
An analysis of the Cybrex research module we found above Kaisel 4 has revealed that the machine consciousness was experimenting with cybernetic life forms. Hundreds of unfortunate prisoners were transported to this facility for the purpose of having their limbs and organs replaced with various mechanical contraptions. The exact objective of these tests remains unclear. There is no evidence that the Cybrex ever made use of cybernetic units outside of this lab. It's an interesting find.
Construction complete.
Right, what do we want? Let's get to research. We should lock that in. I'm not convinced we'll get Stenlar, but we should lock that in. Main reason it'd be nice to get Stenlar is it means we don't have to immediately get these, because the AI won't jump 2 systems, but they will jump 1. So if we don't get Stenlar, we're going to have to get Golba and Gorkana just to prevent the AI jumping into this bit. The good news is we can do this bit at our leisure. We don't have to rush. Because I really want to get us building there, because that's our only other planet we can build on. But just locking in these borders is, at the moment, more important for us. Right, you can go research those anomalies.
Incoming transmission.
I mean, that's 6, but might be doable. Right, I'm not going to build that yet, because that is a bigger priority.
Construction complete.
This will be close. This might just come down to whose constructor jumps into the system first. Which is ours. I think we've got that. Good evening, Wild Wolf.
System survey complete.
Yeah, we got that. Okay, that's cool. That means we can lock in Magam, which will probably be as far as we go that way for now. Mostly because we don't even have enough ships to deal with that, and they will grab that. What that does mean is we probably want to be working on getting another non-ag with them, because they could absolutely murder us. Ooh, we got the Shrine event. Most of the asteroid has been laser chiseled with great precision into the likeness of a small-ish temple or large shrine. A shrine to the untold, the great destroyer deity of old-ish faiths. The temple has been tumbling through the quiet of space for far longer than we have been capable of spaceflight, which is disturbing at best, terrifying at worst. Naturally, Science Officer Glug urges us to search for more stellar objects that match the characteristics of this space temple, and has uploaded a list of likely candidates in nearby systems to the situation log. Yeah, we will begin the events. I think it is worth us doing. Right, you might as well start surveying down here. Right, you are not going to be a fucking... Honestly. Game, please.
Construction complete.
Energy grid. Oh, look at the cute little Yoda things. The Sathwir technocracy. As fellow star explorers, we do salute. We'll take the Unity.
Incoming transmission.
Establish embassy. They're down there. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Right. Where is that? See if we can get that. Okay, for now, because we're building up influence, you can go on automatic construction. We need a planet called Badum Tish. Well, we're about to stick another planet down. We're going to get one down there. So our priority on construction of stations is we want one down there. And the moment that's down, that is our borders locked in. This bit we can fill at our leisure. So our priority is getting Yanessa set up so that we can get another planet going. The Kingdom of Yonderim. Weird bird people. We need to think about where we're building our shipyards as well. Right. Oh. We've found some salt. Science ship ISS Globulator came up short with regards to its original mission of investigating possible activity on the frozen surface of Astricon 5. There is seemingly nothing of note but ice and rock. However, Science Officer Glug, a self-proclaimed gourmet chef and history buff, claims to have made an important discovery. A chemical compound found in the ice layers in several regions of Astricon 5 is allegedly, supposedly, closely related to Ish Stellar salt, an ingredient integral to many traditional Ish dishes and thought extinct on Ish. It has long been speculated that Ish Stellar salt was never native to our homeworld, but was brought to the surface by some meteorite impacts in the distant past. The science officer's discovery on Astricon 5 lends some credibility to this theory, though Glug leans heavily on properties described in ancient cookbooks predating modern chemistry to prove the saline connection. Space salt! "20 years, happiness +5. Right. 64 on a non-ag, so we'd have to give them some stuff. But it's probably worth us doing so. I guess they're not going to be that interested in energy. Yeah, we'd have to give them like 10k energy to get 100 out of that. They probably will take alloys. Will they take food? Food's only going to give us a 1. Alloys would give us 2. I mean, maybe we do give them 5k energy credits. Oh, it's just not worth it. That's just not worth it. What do they need for an embassy? They take an embassy. Take an embassy. An embassy is better than nothing. Right. Now we might as well finish out supremacy. Let's go with ship upkeep. Back in 3.
System survey complete.
Star hegemony. They're around there, that's fine.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
There's a lot of people hanging around there. Right, I think we're going to send you back there. Now, do we actually want to start researching some of these archaeology sites? No, let's keep you on anomaly duty. The Hulk orbiting Berkamar 1 is all that remains of the Vectar Zavonia, a massive sublight generation ship belonging to a deeply religious alien race called the Mardak Vol. Though the ship has been ruthlessly purged of all life, the Mardak's ill-fated journey has been detailed in the captain's logs. After being hunted to near extinction by the nightmarish beings referred to as Vessels, they fled their homeworld in search of a distant paradise planet, the mythical promised land Paradida, that would reveal itself only to the chosen ones. Judging by the state of their ship, however, their attackers caught up with them. Shall we extract the ship's navigational drive and decrypt its destination? Hell yes.
Situation log updated.
Absolutely should. Research that bad boy. Yeah, how is I mean, the thing is, a lot of that will be the Holy Empire's people. That's why I'm not hugely fussed about researching them, because the moment we discover one, we'll discover all of them. But you're still on automated now, so that's fine.
Special project complete.
Cracking the encoding algorithms on the Vector Zavonia's navigational device was no small feat. But thanks to head researcher Gyu, who seems to have developed an unusual obsession with finding the Mardak Vol's utopian world, we have finally succeeded. More worryingly, the discovery has somehow leaked to the public, who now share Gyu's fixation with settling a paradise planet. We'll go for it.
Situation log updated.
Oh, it's just created a new system. Interesting. Interesting. What difficulty is this? Yeah, I normally play on Admiral. This is actually only on Commodore because I'm being lazy. But normally I'll be playing on Admiral. We do need to do our Old Gods chain as well. You don't have any orders. Let's do our Old Gods chain first.
Situation log updated.
Well, actually, there's one there. You can do it there. Commodore 64, indeed.
Complete.
The greatest of the Commodores. Let's survey that. Our scientists discovered something monstrous. Oh yeah, that's... Which planet is that? And is it a planet we care about? It is a planet we care about. Oh hell, crack it open.
Log updated.
Crack open the giant mountainous egg. What could possibly go
Incoming
wrong?
Transmission.
Is this unmodded? Yes, it is.
Special project complete.
Yeah, we are unmodded. Just in case we randomly pick up some achievements. They're cordial.
Incoming
Minus
transmission.
42. We could do that with favours if we could get favours, but I don't think we will. Don't think we will get that. Yeah, we're space mushrooms. We're space fungus. Tomb World start, space fungus. It's a roleplay one, so we're not like kind of hyper... going for sort of hyper-specific builds. We are currently space mushrooms. We are memorialists with catalytic processing. And we have... What's our species traits? Someone remind me. Tropical preference, survivors, ingenious, and radiotrophic. So yeah, we're kind of role-playing this as we're kind of fungoid survivors of a Tomb World thing. And our kind of plan is to turtle a bit. At least in the kind of early game. And we've actually got a really good start for that, it has to be said. Now, is there a way we can get that non-ag? Because that would make our life infinitely easier. Because again, it would mean we don't have to build any frickin' ships at all. Essentially, we'd need 9 favours for it. Now, we could just give him a ton of favours back. So we could give him like 10 favours, and that gets us down to 65. I think the problem is there's not a lot he's going to take from us. Like, I don't really want to give away all of our alloys to do it. But like, energy credits just aren't going to move the dial. Like... So I don't think there's really... I mean, we could give him an active sensor link, but... You know, he's not going to give a shit. Comms... I'm not really going to care. I think we just kind of have to hope that that drifts up. Well, the problem is he's the feudal overlord, so he's just got a ton of natural resources that he starts with. Essentially, it's an accelerated start. We're deliberately keeping Hauer free, so... The other thing we could look at, actually, what is our stance? Because we could change our stance now. we could go cooperative. Because we are essentially where we want our borders to be. And that will help.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
That'll stop him getting aggression when he borders us. Right, we are at the point where we probably want to get hydroponics. I just kind of don't want to build ships. Not until we got destroyers, at least. I'd rather, like... Essentially, if we can get a non-ag with him, we don't have to worry about any attacks until someone explicitly drops a non-aggression treaty with us, in which case we'll have plenty of warning and plenty of alloys, and we can just build up. We do need to go explore Uproth.
System survey complete.
Should we bring someone back to explore Uproth? Oh, we got yeah. So this is our only No, let's do that first.
The spirits have
Astax
granted us
22,
new
thanks for the
wisdom.
follow. It is appreciated. So we do Stellaris on Mondays at the moment, although that'll probably be Victoria 3 in the long run,
System
and
survey
CK3 on
complete.
Sundays. Right, that's nearby. Oh, we found the warriors. Nice. Let's go there. Oh, they look quite cool with their dangly head bits. They're over there. That's good news for us, because that means we can get leaders off of them. But they're far enough away that if they can't on us, we've got a bit of time to deal with it. Deciphering the pictograms in the Benefactress Shrine was a much smoother process than anticipated. All linguists involved described the language quickly connecting or clicking in their minds despite its age and complexity. However, the writings are unlikely to make much sense until they are combined with the others, combined with the other writs associated with the rest of the quadrumvirate godhead. Quadrumvirate is not a word that's used as much as it should be. Lately I just surrendered to Calm and let it destroy my neighbours. Thing is, if you've got good-sized fleets by that point, you can generally just hold him off. Or her. Oh, best track in the game. The thing that slightly annoys me about the Calm stuff is a lot of the time I kind of the Khan will speak to you and you go like, yeah, look, I'm just trying to bring my people together and give us a strong identity so everyone stops seeing us as barbarians. And I'm kind of like, I'm on board with that. You go for it. You be your best self. Just don't invade my space. So I just really wish that there was a sort of extra comms option with the Khan, which is where you can go, absolute credit to you, go do it, just leave me alone. And maybe it's only valid if you've got fleet strength, like within a certain boundary of the Khan himself, or the Khan themselves. So that it's sort of like, if the Khan sees you as someone they can't immediately conquer, they're prepared to negotiate a bit. So I kind of like that. I think it would add a little bit of nuance. Yeah, exactly. It's fine for you to go do it, but go do it somewhere else.
Incoming transmission.
Like, the Khan should see you not as a not necessarily as a kindred spirit. Maybe it is, like you say, something you have with if you've got like barbarian. If you've got the barbarian despoilers trait, maybe it's something that becomes a thing then. But there should just be a way of going, yeah, I see you, buddy. I see you. That's fair. After double and triple checking the navigation drive's coordinates, we have been forced to concede that where the Marduk Vol's paradisiacal, God, that's a word, planet should have been, there are only desolate plains and a barren world. Though we cannot eliminate the possibility that the Marduk's idea of paradise was wildly different to our own, the bomb-scarred surface of Uproth 2 tells a different story. The ship's captain and crew have not taken the disappointment lightly. Should we triple check the coordinates? Let's triple check the coordinates.
Situation log updated.
Oh, someone's kidnapping our people, the little shits. Who's been kidnapped to where? Don't we like barren worlds? No, we like really moist. As someone said earlier, our spaceship and space
System
stations must
survey
smell
complete.
awful. They must just smell of just damp.
Special project complete.
Oh god, shrine to the percipient. Science Officer Glue has reported back with the ISS Hergel Ator's findings at the percipient's shrine. They recognized early on that the text in some lagographic script is inlaid in the walls, heavily distorted by the layers of translucent lacquer. Initial attempts at unscrambling the text, relying on the raw processing power of the ISS Hergel Ator's computers to reconstruct the text from plain images, proved fruitless, as it was simply too distorted to place in any known lingual family tree. Next, the crew of the ISS Hergel Ator attempted bombarding the lacquer with light of varying wavelengths and intensity, but no beneficial reactions were observed. Glue apparently considered physically separating the lacquer from the inlaid text, but realized that the strange glyphs would doubtless have been made misshapen to begin with, only to assume their proper shape when viewed correctly through the lens of the lacquer. Science Officer Glue was about to call the mission a failure when, looking up as they irritably paced along the edges of the circular space, they realized that discrete lines of cohesive text were momentarily forming before their eyes, melting away only to be replaced by new lines. Not long after, they had the ceiling, walls and floor imaged in a spiral pattern. Text from other shrines should help us piece it all together. Fascinating. So we had the complete doctrine of the gods. For what is that was recovered, the text had to be regarded as dwarfing the fairy tale scraps upon which the old-ish religions were founded. It is as shocking revelatory as it is revolutionary. With only a little bit of creative interpretation, it's clear that the people of Ish were meant for great things, guided by the strong hand of a religious leader. Our path is one to godhood, but our past is littered with prophecies unfulfilled, and sin born of ignorance. Redemption is ephemeral. Now, do we suppress the findings? Do we get some energy credits? Do we get a bit of research? Do we go spiritualist? I don't think we want to go spiritualist, do we? I don't think we want to be spiritualist. I think we just take the influence. I mean, the money's good, but the influence is better. Occasionally my cat watches the seagulls. I've explained to her they are massive and this is a bad idea. Yeah, and fuck with seagulls, man. I used to live in Brighton. You live in Brighton, UK, you very quickly learn not to fuck with seagulls. Does he know about Sweden? Well, I have told him I'm off to PDXCon, but whether he appreciates what that means is down to him, really. Right, you are cracking the egg. Let's go with that one there. Actually, you've got a boost. You'd probably be better served for us on research. Can we get an archaeologist? We can. And a 10%er. Smeggle, I'm sorry, but I'm giving your job to Glup. Swedish lesson. I'm going to save that Swedish lesson if that's alright, because it is 20 to 8 and we're going to finish at 8. So let's just do a bit more of this, but bank that and remind me of that when we do our first CK3 session after PDXCon, and we'll do Swedish then. Just because it will take about 15 minutes to do. Oh, it won't take that long, but 10 minutes, let's say. Depends on how good I am at it. Right. Let's get some archaeology going there. You can build some mining stations. We should get that colonized. Yanessa. So we have Ish, Roomish, Geistramish. We need to name one after our heir, don't we? So that's Little Spore Glorp. So this is going to be Glorpish. glorp-ish. And we'll probably go mining and alloys. The district down. Still got jobs there, so don't need to do anything of that yet. Plenty of housing. Jobs. Almost full of jobs. We've got any other features we can ditch? Fungal forest. How's Roomish looking? 2 of 6. Yeah, that's fine on jobs. Oh, butterflies! Are they murder butterflies? Can we get murder butterflies again? We love a murder butterfly. Food from jobs is actually really useful for us. Continental preference. I think our entire planet smells like mouldy laundry. Alright, minus 37. We should get there. We should get there. We could double up on improving. Thing is, if we can get to positive, we're pretty much there. It's just the difficulty of getting to positive. So neutral relations is minus 300 to 300, so we'd need to drive the relationship up by about another 150, which just takes time. Empress Wilhelmine. Nice. Profession Empress. Can you imagine putting that on your LinkedIn? Hi, my name's Wilhelmina and I am an Empress. Right, we really need to sort our science out. Our science is terrible. Big science push coming because we obviously need to get terraforming.
Project complete.
Galactic omelette. The insides of Ouroboros 1 were not what we expected. Omelette. Space omelette.
Incoming transmission. The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
No, we're fine, thanks.
Incoming transmission.
Right, give us deflectors.
Incoming transmission.
I think we definitely need to get...
Construction complete.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. We're safe. They've guaranteed our independence, so they can't attack us. And they'll give us a non-aggression. Perfect. That is perfect. That means we do not need to build any ships at all until we get to...
Construction complete.
At the very least until we get our destroyers, so we can start building our fleet protection destroyers. No one's going to jump any systems. 2 systems. That's all locked in. They're not jumping that. There's no gateways to jump. Oh, actually, Obrium is a gateway, but we'd need to activate the gateway, so that's fine. Like, for our own sanity, we should probably just lock that in. We are currently peacefully friendly mushrooms. I can envision a future in which we stop being peacefully friendly mushrooms very fast. But I also kind of wonder whether we're setting up to be galactic guardian mushrooms. It's entirely possible. Alright, go for that anomaly. Oh god, artisan troops.
System survey complete.
No one likes an artisan troop. Space hippies. Right, you... Is that actually a useful planet? No, it's not.
Incoming transmission.
Go build there just so it stops bugging me.
Special project complete.
We have finally uncovered the Mardak Vol's secret. It was when a probe destined for the planet's surface bounced off its atmosphere that the crew began to suspect that Paradida was not what it seemed. Closer studies revealed that what looked like the planet's surface was in fact an energy shield upon which a barren world's texture was projected, and hidden below it a lush Gaia planet reminiscent of the Marduk's prophecies. But that isn't all. As the crew deactivated the shield, they discovered a peaceful Stone Age civilization consisting of a symbiotic union between mammals and fungi who live in crude huts, oblivious to the outside world. The nightmarish vessels live on only as mythical beings in their legends. Oh, chat. Can we see the Mardak Vol? They're intelligent. They get good food from jobs. Gaia World preference those there. Until we can preference engineer them, they're not great for us. Oh, chat, do we let the Mardak Vol live, or are we taking their planet? Decisions, decisions. That feels like a poll to me. I think this one goes over to you, chat. Do we let the little mushroom people, who potentially could be our little sciencey race, live? Or do we steal their planet? I mean, the thing is, we'd get their planet eventually anyway, because we'd uplift them, turn them into a protectorate, and then absorb them. Right, there you go, there's a 5-minute poll up there. They are our fungal cousins. And I want you to genuinely think about how we're playing this race. So at the moment at least we are generally nice, peaceful mushrooms, but in the future we might not be. So make a decision that you feel fits with how we're role-playing this species, basically. That would be my suggestion. But decide which one we do. I don't think I can unpause while we're doing this, can I? Oh, I can. Okay, cool. Right, you can come down there for a minute.
Transmission.
While chat is thinking. Okay, everything's built up here.
Our faith to endure.
+3 on that. Now you were our archaeologist, weren't you? Yes. What are you? Anomaly discoveries. We should have you doing surveys, really. You are anomaly research speed, so you should be researching anomalies when we find them. In the meantime, Go survey that system. And let's see what happens. Geistrom needs some extra bits on here. It's going to need a holo theatres. Right, we definitely need to get our science up. Our science is very low. But the good news is we have locked in all of the borders we need to lock in.
Construction complete.
So we can kind of focus inwardly now. Yay, sort of elephant face people. So Glorpish is going down. Oh, I can smell my dinner. My dinner is lasagna. It's going to be good. How are we looking? Is it worth us buying alloys? Yeah, it's a good price. Give me some alloys. We're not too border gorish either. Some sort of mass migration or evacuation took place. Interesting.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Hydroponics farms. Give me off-world trading, please. Yeah, our research is really slow. We need to pick that up. We need to pick our research up. We've actually got a decent chunk of the galaxy, really, when you think about it. Surprised we haven't seen more rivalry announcements, but I suppose that's partly because everyone's in hegemonies together and all of that kind of stuff. It's another reason why I wanted to get us locked in quickly for various things. Because if we'd left it...
Incoming transmission.
Actually, can we get a archaeologist? No, we can't get another scientist. Everyone's got bonuses on our scientists already, we're fine. We're fine. How's our poll going? Yeah, letting them live is leading quite heavily at the moment. We'll see. That was a mind flare. They do have a certain mind flare look about them. I'll give you that. Double-eyed bird, creepy things. Who closed their borders to us, apparently.
Construction complete.
I think Zonahedron very much wanted the outcome on that one. Fair enough. We are letting them live. The Marduk Vol live. They become a little primitive planet there. Fuck me though, it is a lovely planet. Damn. Right, we need to get uplift sooner rather than later then. Right, go get that locked in. I can't remember if actually having primitives within your borders increases your chances of uplifting or not. But we will want to uplift them. Relatively sharpish.
Incoming transmission.
Like, not necessarily straight away, but relatively sharpish. So I think we're in a good place overall, really. We're not doing bad. We're alright. We're doing okay. So I think this is probably a run that's worth continuing with. I've really enjoyed this one. It's been good fun. I think we stay relatively peaceful for now. But we're probably going to stop being peaceful at some point in the future. But for now we'll stay peaceful.